There's a Heroes and Zeros segment here today from Boston, a hero. Police have saved a stranded groom and his wedding by escorting him to Thompson Island on a police boat when the ferry was out of service. The groom's name is Patrick Mahoney. The officer is Joe Matthews, and apparently his bride and the wedding party was waiting on this island, and he was stuck without a ferry and said, I'm going to miss my own wedding. I'm not going to be able to get there. Yeah. They got it done. This is the cop and the groom.
I knew that I needed to be at the docks at 12 o'clock.
It was the groomsman, the DJ, the florist, and the photographer. They were all thrilled. They were like little kids on a carnival ride. They had a great time. My wedding day was the best day of my life. Hopefully they'll give them something to remember.
Isn't that nice?
Nice.
That cop, he's like, it was the groomsman, it was the ring
DJ.
bearer, the DJ. I mean, you don't have a DJ at a wedding. You got nothing.
Yeah.
My wedding day was the happiest day of my life, too.
You say that.
I do say that.
Well, you haven't been to Myrtle Beach Nationals yet, right? For pickle?
Not yet. That trip is in jeopardy, by the way.
Jeopardy?
What?
We just can't figure out the website. We just cannot.
It's not a talent thing. You just can't enter.
We just can't register. We just have not been able to figure it out. So,
but everybody that goes to this thing is old. They're telling me they can figure it out and you can't.
I don't know how. Maybe it's snail mail. I don't know how they're doing it, but we have not been able to figure out.
Is
the
there
website.
a number to call?
No, that's the thing.
Yeah,
and my
I tried
partner,
to help him too.
He helped me. But my partner, the Diesel, emailed the guy in charge. He won't email him back. I don't think they want us at Myrtle Beach Nationals. And now we've decided to, instead of Myrtle Beach Nationals, to go to 2 different tournaments in October in different parts of the state. And so, you know, that's in jeopardy. I'll just say that.
You were so looking forward to it.
I was, but
Well, you got a shirt that says like pumpkins and pickles or something?
yeah, we'll do that.
The pickling pumpkins?
Yeah, we'll do that for October. And then, of course, we're going to go to Snowflake Challenge in December like we did last year, and that's where you have to dress like an elf. So while you play, anyway, it's a dress up party
The
thing.
bells jingling on that court.
That's what you. that's how you do it. That's exactly right. We have a 0 here today. Really, not the police officer's fault in this case, and apparently he was very nice about it. But the folks who called the police on 8-year-old Asa Baker, who set up a lemonade stand right in the area of, apparently it's right in the area of a district that sells lemonade. They had some shops, they had some businesses there. And so she didn't get the proper permitting. This was in Ohio, Alliance, Ohio. And they had a festival going on where there were people actually selling lemonade.
Yeah.
And she set up her lemonade stand right outside of the festival without the proper permit. So they had to shut her down. The folks who were selling inside the festival called the police on her. And so we got an 8-year-old selling lemonade, and it's taking our business. And so they had to come.
You want me to rough her up? Smash it? No, just give her a ticket.
This is the 8-year-old.
I was just selling lemonade at my dad's work. He walked out of the car and said, I'm sorry, but I got a complaint call, and they have to shut me down. I was really sad and angry. I have this little mitten that says, when life gives you lemon, make lemonade.
She was using her mitten that said, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, to sell her lemonade right outside of this festival. And one person complained. No one has stepped forward as the complainant.
All eyes at the frozen lemonade booth.
Oh, absolutely. Don't you think?
The frozen lemonade stand or the fresh squeezed booth.
Excuse me. Just killing my biz.
The Country Time trailer.
Where'd you get that lemonade? Outside. I sold it. What?
Yeah, a cute little girl sold it to me. What?
You got this little mitten that says, if life gives you lemons.
Yeah.
It's cute, kid. Sounds cute.
Yeah, well, that sells lemonade. That's going to move some product.
You think that cop went over there and just grabbed her pitcher and just poured it out?
Poured it out.
All right,
Right in
kid.
front of her.
Psh, right in the
Right
ground.
in front of her.
Right in the dirt.
Right in the gutter.
Like smashing up a moonshiner's
That's right. You
still.
have to. Well, that's how you have to do it.
Just pound, pound, pound.
He said, I don't want to do
Or
this.
an underage drinker's beer.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want to do this, but I'm smashing your table to bits now. And he burned that mitten, by the way, that said, when life gives you lemons.
Today's a lemons day.
That's right. Beat it, sweetheart. We got paying customers in here that are doing it. They, I know the person that runs our barbecue festival here in our community, and every year there are vendors that pay to be in the barbecue festival. They sell their wares, and right outside it, people try to set up as you're walking in and get you with counterfeit items.
You can't do
They
that.
try to get you.
Is that
customers
legal?
in there. Nothing they can do about that for them, apparently. Because
Can you just pedal on the streets?
yes, according to her, there's very difficult for them to stop that from happening, because you see and you can tell you're not affiliated. You're not barbecue festival material. You're not affiliated with this festival. And they're always just outside the gates. You know,
Yeah.
trying to sell you T-shirts and whatnot. You know, not registered with the barbecue festival.
Yeah, I think on my first Bruce Springsteen concert T-shirt I bought in the parking lot.
That's right.
And it wasn't officially licensed.
That's exactly
Bruce merch.
right.
It was like from the previous tour.
So I don't know. Can you chase those people away, or is it just not worth it? I don't know how that works. They sure chased Lemonade Girl away, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Bless her bones.
Got her. They sure did. There is also another hero today. This is a teenager, a lifeguard. This will hit close to home for Chris Demm, who was an 18-year-old lifeguard at
Yes,
one
I
point.
was.
We have that story next, but Portland Dave knows something about the lemonade stand. Portland Dave, go ahead.
Hey, guys. Hey, I read an article about that girl who got shut down by the police. He actually shut her down and then gave her $20 to buy the permit and helped her fill out the permitting forms.
Now, that's a hero.
Whoa.
He's a hero.
That's the hero right
Dang
there.
on.
The zero is the guy that called police on her. The hero is the cop who let her, not only let her, but helped her fill out the form and gave her the money to do it.
Great update.
Good for him. Thank you, Portland Dave. Appreciate that. Here's a hero as well. An 18-year-old lifeguard helped deliver a baby on a pool deck at a couple visiting the YMCA in Colorado Springs. Natalie Lucas and Tessa Ryder and Matthew Jones are the couple. Natalie Lucas is the 18-year-old lifeguard who helped deliver the baby. They're talking about it.
The husband tells me that they're having the baby right now, and I'm like, all right, sounds good. The adrenaline kind of kicks in right then and there.
First thing that I could think was, could somebody hold my back up? And that was exactly what she did, and it was perfect.
Without her, I would not have been able to safely focus my attention on making sure that Tobin came out and he was safe and healthy.
It was definitely quite a crazy thing to happen, but I'm pretty proud of myself.
Could Chris Demm have done that back as an 18-year-old lifeguard? No. Philbin is young and happy, and
what's his name? COVID?
His name is COVID. No, Philbin.
Water lavage or something?
Philbin.
Philbin.
That's the baby's name.
Oh, my God.
It's the baby's name?
Philbin is the baby's name, and he's happy and healthy. The lifeguard's name is Natalie, and the couple had the baby right there on the pool deck at the YMCA.
That's great.
He wasn't expected to go into labor, and apparently went very quickly.
You know, there's some things that, like when you're lifeguarding, you know, I was lifeguarding for a while, but sometimes you're not quite prepared for the first real incident because kids like to run around pools and pool decks. They get slippery. So the biggest thing is kids falling. You know, they slip and fall and they get skinned up, and then it's like,
yes,
it's on you. They come to you and you have to fix it. It's
yes.
like, okay.
Right.
So the key is just not to panic.
Right. What'd you do? Put Bactine on a lot of the
Yeah,
stuff?
we had first aid kits.
That's
So
right.
we would take care of that thing. And then.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, here's a zero for you. A man in Pennsylvania, Anthony Cancel, has been arrested for stealing 5 cans of Axe body spray from the grocery store. Total value, $32.45. But since he had 2 other incidents of shoplifting, that now becomes a felony. So he is hit with a felony crime for simply stealing 5 cans of Axe body spray. If he had just called my son could have given him some Axe body
so
spray.
much, yeah.
We have plenty, yeah. He was a former employee at the grocery store. So when he came in, they were like, hey, Anthony, what's up? And then he tried to walk out with it, and they had to call the cops on him.
Bro.
Of course.
Come on, man.
And they got him. It was a big deal because of the 2 prior
You think he was using it or selling it?
Axe body spray. Can you mark that up? I mean, kid, that's legal to buy.
If he's stealing it, even if you don't mark it up, we take it to the flea market.
Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah, you sell it.
Sell at the flea
Yeah,
market.
we've talked about this before, and like I was driving to work. Kelly and I had a work event on Saturday, so I was driving, and it was yard sale day. There was a family doing a yard sale mile from our house, and they had one table that was filled with laundry detergent. And I thought, I got to be hot, right?
Right, you think that. That's right.
I mean, who sells laundry detergent at a yard sale? Clothes I get. Records I get.
Yes.
Gadgets I get.
I know.
But just bottle after bottle of Persil?
Yeah.
I never think in that direction. I always think, oh,
That's got to be hot.
Must have been a run on Persil. I never think in that direction. When you said that about
who has 10 gallons?
When you said that about the flea market, I would never have thought that. You know,
I think I've told you guys before. My dad, worked for Eckerd Drugs for years.
Yeah.
When we would go to the flea market, he'd be like, he'd see the price Eckerd price tag still on stuff.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, this is stolen from my stores.
Hours.
Yeah. And they just steal it.
Yeah, it's just, he's like, yep, this is what they do. They steal it, they sell it at the flea market.
I hate that because they give it legitimate flea market vendors a bad name.
Yes.
And I've worked with flea markets.
Yeah.
You
sure have.
You know that.
What kind of name did you give it?
I thought I gave it some credibility. Although
My favorite part was when my dad would see something stolen and be cheaper.
yeah.
He'd be like,
well,
we'll buy
they mark it now.
And
Oh, he'd
he'd
buy it back. And
No,
then
just for us. He'd be like, that's a good price.
Oh,
Get that.
I thought you were going to he's going to sell it back at the
I got some razor blades.
Oh, that's better than my employee discount. Get that.
Well, two things about the flea market where I went. As you know, we had an incident with wine once where
Wine that got turned. Not in a good way.
I had been given some wine. I was touring the flea market.
That's right.
Actually,
VIP access.
I had VIP access to the flea market. This was bad, too, because the guy was showing me around and really gave me a nice VIP tour.
Great.
And there was
Over
nobody.
Here's a table.
You know,
Does that mean
Here's another table.
Does that mean you'd have to walk through the mud to get inside?
and a golf cart.
Whoa.
And a golf cart.
Keep the dirt off your shoes.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Special. VIP only. Sorry. VIP access. Golf cart.
Is that the word Augusta scratched out?
Pine Knolls.
Pinehurst?
on the side.
What is that?
Country club? I can't read the first part of the country club.
No, they tooled me around, and it was just a really nice way to spend
Now on Saturday,
few hours.
the place will be packed.
That's what they said. That's what they said. But then near the end of it, I could tell, he's trying to really show off the place and did a very nice job. And then a kid comes running up and he goes, I don't want to say anything, but the guy in booth 6 is smoking weed. And he's like, Excuse me one second.
Small incidents like this happen.
Hector, what'd I tell you?
Sometimes we get 1 or 2 bad eggs. This is how we weed them out. Weed them out
on a Tuesday before on Saturday. Now,
Perfect.
Yeah. But he gave me that bottle of wine, and I've told this before.
I wish you had gotten a photograph of the label.
I do too. But that wine is legendary because he said, have a couple of bottles of wine. There you are. He gave it to me and said, oh, thank you so much.
Does your wife like wine? She
Yes,
likes wine.
yes, she loves wine. Took it home, put it on the counter, never touched it again until Christmas time. We go to a friend's house. They're having a holiday party, and my wife says, let's take a bottle of wine to give them. Okay.
Host gift.
She grabbed it, just grabbed the bottle of wine, got in the car. I'm walking to his door, and I said, oh, this is that wine they gave me from the flea market. I was like, oh, this is the wine they gave me from there. So she goes, well, just don't say anything. Put it on the table with all the other gifts. So I walk up to the table.
And slink away.
There's 20 bottles of wine.
I'll distract the hosts.
Right. There's a Democrat. And they all look over. Huh? What? They look over. I walk to the table. I put the wine down. Okay. It's with 20 other bottles. Boom. Done. Now we go through the party. Nice. 4 months later, they invite us to dinner. Go over to dinner. Guy uncorks the wine. I see. He brings it in. It's like, oh, my God. That's that wine. That's that wine that I gave him. He uncorks it. Immediately, the smell permeates.
Sort of vinegary.
Yeah. And everybody's like,
the gnats fly out of the bottle.
Some of the women are just like, what? And then he pours it first. He takes the taste. And he's, oh, Christ. This is why don't drink the wine. Don't drink the wine. And his wife was already into it. She's like, oh, my lips are burning. My lips are going down. We couldn't even have dinner. She couldn't talk. Her lips swelled up.
Yeah.
Then he apologizes the whole night. I'm so sorry about that wine. Not knowing
it wasn't his fault.
I was the only one that knew.
Where could that wine have come from?
I told my wife in the car later when we left, made a quick exit. I said, that's that flea market wine that we gave them. Are you sure? Yes.
Positive.
Oh, yes. I knew the label. I knew the label very, very well.
Dirt Mall.
They get a bad name. They shouldn't. They should not get a bad name. I mean, I'm sorry, but they do good work.
Yes.
In that case.
Lots of Persil, lots of wine.
God is my witness. I thought people just had extra Persil.